The Space Marines are the Emperor's will made manifest. They are his angels of death, descending to the battlefield from mighty warships to cleanse the foes of mankind from the face of the galaxy. For 10,000 years, the Space Marine chapters have been humanity's shield and sword in the face of the horrors that beset it. Genetically enhanced super soldiers, they are among the greatest warriors to have ever existed. They are stronger, faster, and more resilient than the humans they are sworn to protect. They are psycho-indoctrinated from youth, rendering them immune to fear and staunchly loyal. On the battlefield, they are relentless, determined warriors who will stop at nothing to achieve victories nigh impossible for unaugmented soldiers. In the era Indomitus, the Imperium has assailed us before from both within and without. The Space Marines hold firm, meeting the onslaught head-on with unbreakable faith in their hearts, an oath on their lips. They are the champions of humanity, and they know no fear.
Excellent.
I've always wanted to read some of this nonsense out loud. We are back in viewership. Welcome to the Doctor and the Bard playing through our Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War Dark Crusade campaign.
And you've perfectly preluded there with enemies both within and without. And we're about to come across the Heretic Astartes, I think.
The Chaos Space Marines.
Right, before we go on with that, do we want to... can we buy some more Honor Guard?
I believe so. I think if we hit Commander, we can purchase Honor Guard from the Commander screen. Although we could just, Honor Guard I think are only used if someone attacks the space our Commander is on, and.
But they also join us when we do our next attack. So I've got the first company veteran back again.
Steve the.
You came out with a better name and I can't remember it.
Oh no, the regular Marine, the Assault Marine is brother Danatar?
Something like that, Dimitar. Not Dimitar, that's a Russian name. Something like that.
But like a regular Marine is just Steve the Perpetual.
But then we're with Steve the Perpetual. Right, I guess now we just have to end our turn, because this was still that same turn from many episodes ago. Well, we'll just have to see what happens.
I am
Let's go for it.
Tantalized. And if you, viewership, are tantalized by this recording and these videos, please make sure like, share, subscribe. If anyone you think you know would even vaguely enjoy this content, please do share it with them. We are more than happy for people to jump on the bandwagon and watch this madness.
So, two things happened there.
Oh, Chaos.
Necrons have successfully taken the spaceport.
Oh.
And Chaos have taken that island from the I guess it must have been from the Imperial Guard.
Should we pretend like nothing happened, or should we just...
Should absolutely pretend like nothing happened.
Okay.
Right, so is our move going to be against Chaos next, then?
I think we bring the Emperor's justice to the traitor Astartes, Doctor.
I guess, yeah, the other option would be...
to backtrack.
I might Actually, these two are not half bad reinforcement-wise. It might be not bad to plug a little bit into them.
I think
a Necron attack might be... Well, see, a Necron might be incoming, but also they can attack anywhere now, so...
True. Although it wouldn't hurt. I think we reinforce... it's difficult, isn't it? I think we have to push ahead towards Chaos.
I mean, reinforcing doesn't preclude pushing ahead towards Chaos in any way.
But it will deplete the resources we have available to build up our Honor Guard. Or have we built up our Honor Guard?
No, actually, we can build up our Honor Guard now one more. If we can buy... With a name.
Oh, Brother Datarnus? Danatar.
Sure.
Brother Danatar.
We'll remember eventually. Have we got anything left to reinforce this with? Oh, a servitor.
Better than nothing?
Sure. We'll give each of these a servitor, which might get... Actually, in fairness, this one, the Pony Highlands, we took from the Imperial Guard.
We should have plenty of vehicles and like our buildings and stuff there.
Yeah. So I'll put a servitor. And this one actually is already reinforced with a single squad of Marines that's already waiting there. So we might be a bit better if the Necrons do follow up our arse.
Yeah. I mean, even if they come in and stomp us, at least we can talk about the Necron menace. But
that is true. That is very true. At least we get Senior Librarian for this, which is pretty sweet.
That's very cool. I think he's actually a named character. If you hover over the Senior Librarian, it'll tell us a bit about him. He's an Honor Guard unit. Epistolary Antius is the Senior Bloodravens Librarian in Kronus. He's a psychic unit with many powerful abilities focused on weakening enemy resolve, and he also detects infiltrated units, which, as we've learned, is a big deal.
He will be a huge bonus against the Tau, actually. Just be able to start with, the ability to detect infiltration. He's worth getting. And plus, this is a 1, and a chance to show off Chaos. So, let's roll.
Our opponents in this battle will be Heretic Astartes.
Heretic Astartes, also known as Chaos Space Marines, are fearsome foes. They have Space Marines abilities along with his gear of war, but since turning to the darker powers, many also now bear powerful mutations or gifts from their patron Chaos gods, making them mightier still. Not all creatures of Chaos are its direct offspring. Once proud warriors armoured with faith, the Chaos Space Marines are now bitter and corrupt champions.
Nice.
And that's who we're up against in this battle. So, effectively, they are evil Space Marines who have broken their oaths to the Imperium and struck a pact with the gods of Chaos. The 4 gods of Chaos being Khorne, the god of bloodshed, rage, and war. Slaanesh, the god of pleasure and pain and otherworldly sensations. Tzeentch, the great deceiver, the god of lies, magic, and secrets. And finally, Nurgle, the god of rot, decay, and disease.
And that remains my favourite name ever.
I mean, for Warhammer Fantasy, I play almost exclusively Nurgle as my Chaos Force, but in 40k I abide by the will of the God Emperor.
We've actually got... This is a really powerful opening position, where we've
there's
got a slag
relic right down there. Oh, here we go.
Fuck me!
Let's get Thule stuck into them.
What the fuck are these?
These are Chaos Raptors, effectively evil assault marines, but like,
yeah.
this is going to be really cool, because like, we should win this, but Thule will just get to cut through them like he's carving a cake. In theory.
Yeah. Oh no, there goes one.
He'll maybe take his time, so Chaos Marines are a lot more resilient than the Guardsmen we've been fighting so far, but we should still prevail. But we can also build... Oh, here comes Eliphas, here comes their
Oh god, he's here already.
Eliphas, the Inheritor. Oh, Thule gets to duel him. If we can pull back Brother Steve, the Perpetual, he can just blast him for a distance. I really like that duel. They just came in like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Busted in, swinging vigilante style.
Oh wow, he's being... oh wow, there's more cultists. Oh, they're just cultists, that's fine. They're not going to last long. Oh, there he goes, wonderful.
Did we kill Eliphas? We got Eliphas.
Killed the shit out of him.
Wow,
they struck fast.
Oh, that was really cool that there were just like 3 of our Marines and they just cut a path through like 10 of them. That's bitching. Also, we've got a lot of requisition. Can we build up a squad of Marines to help Thule hold
Absolutely
the line?
can. Alright, let's keep this guy here.
So specifically, we are fighting against the Word Bearers Chaos Space Marine Legion. So
the first ones to turn to Chaos.
Yes, very good knowledge, Doctor. But they were the first Space Marine Legion to turn to Chaos. So they initially worshipped the Emperor as a god. They were the first citizens, I suppose, of the Imperium to worship the Emperor as a god. And when he found out, he was so angry with them that he censured them, destroyed their home world, made it such that like no one would ever worship him again. But they were so embittered that they turned to other darker gods, specifically the Chaos gods.
Right.
I believe our Marines are still set on the yellow stance, which we don't want.
So it's annoying that that's the default.
It's good for Thule, because like Thule should be running ahead, kicking ass and taking names.
But it's annoying that that's the default production squad for them. Oh, they've captured a relic.
Fear denies faith.
Fear denies faith.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Very excited to start with a librarian. That sounds great. Oh, more. Oh, so these are just the standard Chaos Marines. So these guys are going to get carved up.
Get them, Thule.
Oh.
I'm hoping that we don't have too much to fear.
This was a 1.
Which we overcame quite easily before, so...
I'm hopeful. And we're in a decent spot here. We've got, like, this is an incredibly defensible position, so we should be fine, it says. But I've said that before, so let's build ourselves an armory over here. And what's this?
We've got
we have
a lot of Marines waiting as well.
Oh, have we? Yeah, we have. Wonderful. Let's bring them up there as well. Having those heavy weapons is going to be nice. I'm fully with your idea that heavy bolters are pretty fucking sweet.
Something we might want to consider in this one, so we can give them a bunch of heavy weapons. So I think we've used missile launchers and stuff before, but against heavy infantry, conventional wisdom dictates the use of plasma weaponry because it cuts through heavy armor, which will be effective against their. I mean, they have the same power armor that we have, so it should cut through their heavy infantry more easily. But we can decide that when we get to that stage.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're nearly at the armory stage now because the armory is currently under construction. So.
One of the things I love about plasma in the tabletop game, if you've got a space marine with a plasma gun, you have the option to overcharge his plasma weapon, which makes it more. So
very Halo.
It's very Halo. Well, very just plasma.
Well, Halo's very 40k,
I love the
I
word plasma.
Yeah.
If you do, it doubles the damage the weapon deals. But if you, on a 6-sided dice, if you roll a 1, it just melts the Space Marine who's carrying it. So,
it's a risk.
It's a very, I mean, like, arguably you give those weapons to guardsmen because if they die, who cares? Like, if 100 guardsmen fire plasma guns and 20 guardsmen die, but 1 Chaos Marine dies, it's acceptable losses.
Well, let's start. I'll develop some plasma pistols and we'll see how it goes then.
Yeah, the cool thing about the Chaos Marines is that some of them have been alive since the time of the Horus Heresy by foul sorcery. So some of these guys are tens of thousands of years old. Let me get this right. There's no particular enmity between the Word Bearers and the Blood Ravens, although they're both kind of like secretive and they're both kind of knowledge obsessed. So it makes sense that they're our chaotic antagonist in this game.
Yes, absolutely.
Should we explain like the notion of the Chaos Gods in 40k?
Yeah, I mean you've touched on them there, but yeah, absolutely.
I read now from page 94 of the Warhammer 40,000 rulebook.
Far beyond the boundaries of reality, the Chaos Gods look upon the galaxy with covetous eyes. It is their nature, their all-consuming purpose, to destroy. Relentless and unstoppable, all of their incomprehensible energies are directed to collapsing reason and perverting order.
And these are the deities which the Chaos Marines were fighting against are sworn in servitude to.
Yeah, very much seems to fit with, chaos being all fair.
Yeah, so some Chaos, like religions, like some armies of Chaos will have a specific Chaos God that they are, who is their patron. The Word Bearers don't have a specific Chaos God that they are loyal to. But, yeah.
Well, they can really come out of nowhere, these raptors.
Sowing chaos in their wake.
Yeah.
Raptors is also a really good name for that particular unit.
Well, strikes quickly and hard.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will do as you ask. Here to serve.
I think we can push up.
Yeah, I think you're right. Probably to the bottom of this hill at least. Well, I mean, we're taking that relic now slowly, so.
Notice how much better Thule has become since we upgraded him just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean his health and his combat. Oh, here we go. More raptors dropping in. Well, plasma pistols will be incoming soon once we've got the monastery.
Now, the heavy bolters have a greater range, but plasma weaponry will deal more damage against heavy armoured units, which the bulk of their forces will be. Oh, they've got a sorcerer!
Oh, this is some bullshit.
Oh, he just doombolt.
Well, he shouldn't last too much longer. No,
there we go. Brother Steve and Davian Thule just put them down.
Yeah, I've also got the power thing upgrade, which gives sergeants power swords, which are particularly good against like power armored units by the sounds of it. So,
yeah, my personal favorite power weapon is the mighty Power Fist because
it sounds ridiculous when you say it like that.
Yeah, I think you can upgrade your sergeants to get a Power Fist eventually. So when we do that, we'll show off the Power Fist and how unbelievably silly it is.
What is your order?
The cool thing.
Let's go for plasma guns and see how that goes.
The nice thing about plasma guns as well is they can be fired on the move. So you notice that like our heavy bolters,
we
had
have
to be
to stop and
stationary
like
for a few
spin
seconds.
them up. Yeah.
We can fire plasma weapons on the move. So arguably our forces are more versatile than they were before.
Absolutely. Oh god, they really do come out now. There's the plasma guns firing off.
Yeah, you see that there's little kind of blue flashes.
Yeah.
Now we only have 2 plasma guns per unit just now, but when we upgrade a bit more, we can have more.
Yeah, I guess we can have 5 special per thing, can't you, basically?
Yeah.
And we've been pretty much spending that all so far on heavy bolters, but yeah, it's because we've been against guardsmen that you just want to rip through, whereas actually having the increased, defensive options, well, against heftier enemies like Chaos.
I'll see if I can find some information about plasma weaponry in the book. But do continue for now, Doctor.
This guy with the jetpack is very handy for in the early game, just hopping in and doing shit.
Yeah, I mean, as is Steve the Perpetual, he just kind of stands there, and we've got an extra heavy weapons platform, really.
Yeah. Actually, where is Steve at the moment? I think he's fallen behind, or is he here?
No, he's up front. You can see, like, he's the only one firing at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he's got a heavy bolter from the start, which is real nice.
I don't think we've lost a single Marine yet, which is really cool.
We are doing well.
It's also just satisfying to watch, like, Thule duel his way through, like, those 10 raptors.
Yeah.
Good God, I love this game.
Some bionics. You've taught me that's important.
Bionics massively increases their health.
Yeah. Not that we're losing them at a rate or anything, but
No,
still.
this feels exactly how Space Marines should fight, as in barely dying, immortal super soldiers, ridiculously overpowered weapons. This is exactly the kind of thing that I would expect them to do.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a little orange bar when he stops moving as the heavy bolter being brought to bear, isn't it?
Correct, but no such bar will exist for our plasma guns because they can be fired on the move.
Yep. Alright, let's upgrade this as well. I think it's time to build ourselves a thermoplasma generator as well.
Here we go. So on page 40 of the Space Marine Codex, I found a little entry about plasma weaponry. Doctor, given that you are a scientist yourself, you can tell me just how much bullshit I'm about to spout.
Plasma weapons work by energizing photonic hydrogen fuel into a plasma state and firing it through a magnetic accelerator. On impact, with the target, the energy is released. It's like the energy of a small sun, destroying with searing heat and explosive shock. Plasma weapons have different settings to increase their power, but are incredibly dangerous to the wielder, thanks to the enormous amount of energy the armaments have to contain.
The first chunk of that was not as bullshit as you might think. The idea of basically getting like basically a plasma, so that is a kind of fluid. It's unclear whether a plasma is a liquid or a gas. A fluid of charged particles, and directing that with a heavy magnetic field. That exists in real life, and it's called a railgun. And it's kind of horrifying, but we haven't really got them to a reasonable standard where you can actually use them yet, because basically at the moment they would serve as incredibly heavy artillery from a massive distance, but they require, the amount of power in real life they require per shot is absurd, and you basically you get to fire a shot off, and then after a couple of shots, the rails are so fucked you need to replace them, so we just have not got them even remotely practical yet.
I'm very surprised this is based even remotely on actual science. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I like to think like somebody who wrote that text did some research somewhere along the line.
The idea of directing a plasma with magnetic fields is an old kind of idea, because it's been thought you could use it for containment in nuclear reactors or stuff like that, basically hold stuff in with magnetism, and in fact that is used in some of our fusion reactors, the ones that actually kind of work so far.
Oh, it's very cool. I really love the word plasma. It's one of those kind of overtly science fiction words. The novel, we keep coming back to it on the stream, but 40k owes a lot to Dune, but it's something that Dune does very well. It takes conventional sounding things and makes them just sci-fi enough that I buy that this is science fiction without it being too ridiculous. The really good thing in Dune is one they call it the Omni or the Orni copter.
Yeah.
And it's I don't need to have that described to me, I just know intuitively that's some kind of science fiction helicopter bullshit.
Again, not that science fiction, it's based on design by Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh, really?
So an ornithopter is any kind of vehicle that moves, a flying vehicle that works by flapping wings.
Oh, okay.
And they don't really quite work in real life, but certainly Da Vinci designed them. His designs don't work, and he knew that. He basically said, these do not work yet, but will work if certain conditions are met, which they haven't been yet. But I'm going to do a bit of a mix of heavy bolters and plasma guns in these guys, just to keep them a bit more versatile. We've never really done mixes of heavy weapons before, so
I tend to just give them all the same, but there's no reason why not. It makes our Marines a bit more versatile.
Yeah. Alright, let's raise that a bit and get ourselves... Can we get a Predator yet? Oh no, we need Fortress. We must be close to Fortress Monastery. Oh yeah, we are. I'm already building it. Wonderful.
I mean, personally for me, plasma weapons on the tabletop are always my go-to, because I love the idea of the centuries-old warrior might just be killed because the weapon he's carrying explodes in his hands. And the reason it explodes is because the people who make the weapons don't understand how they work and just keep mass-producing them.
Yeah, it's the interesting kind of whole concept they have of the dark age of technology and stuff like that. That's we don't know how half this shit works, but technically it does. And it's encouraging.
It's almost like the kind of a science fiction Middle Ages, as in this is after the golden age of a precursor empire, so the Roman Empire, for example. I remember reading somewhere that in medieval Europe, after the withdrawal of the Roman Empire away from kind of France and Britain, average life expectancy fell by 20 years. It was crazy.
Well, a lot of technology, including medicine, stuff like that, gets lost. That happens. It's like Greek fire and shit like that.
Yeah, people have said, oh, it's ridiculous, people would never lose this knowledge. I was but it happened in actual human history that we lost tons of knowledge.
It's alarmingly easy for it to happen as well. It doesn't... Because a lot of people just don't write down what they consider normal stuff. Yeah. But then it's not normal stuff once everyone's forgotten it.
Yeah. Also, like, let's face it, all it takes is for one power-happy warlord, like in the Middle East or elsewhere, or some unstable government anywhere on planet Earth, to push the nuclear button, and how much we would forget overnight.
Yeah. But it's like the whole thing of like, yeah, if you were teleported back in time and you could be like, I could prove people I'm a god with my smartphone. It's like, yeah, for 12 hours, then it would get a bit more problematic because the battery would run out and you don't know how to make a charger.
No. I wish I had. Isn't this? I think this is a joke in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where I forget that. Oh, what was Arthur Dent?
Yeah.
He's on like a pre-industrial planet, and he thinks, what modern skills could he give to these people that will substantially improve their lives? And he teaches them how to make sandwiches. Because that's the only skill he has.
Yeah.
A number of years since I read Hitchhiker.
It's like the thing, we all benefit from various bits of technology, but most people don't know how most of the technology they use works.
Now, what you might want to consider doing, Doctor, is building a second machine pit in front of that line of bolter turrets, otherwise our tanks might not be able to fit through.
I hadn't thought about that. Well, we'll find out when this Predator... Actually, well, let's not build the Predator, let's just...
Build another machine pit.
Yeah, I can build one just up here.
It also means that if we are attacked on this space, all these buildings will persist, and we'll have a machine pit ready to go, or 2 machine pits ready to go.
Yes. Yeah, we haven't actually been attacked yet. I think we might suffer it next turn from the Necrons, but we'll have to see. Ooh, we can build a Land Raider now. Excellent. I think I'll put this forward ready.
But so it definitely won't fit through those gaps.
No, the Land Raider's massive, yeah.
We don't have any entries here on the Predator tanks. Here, I'll have a little look and see if I can find out more Predator tanks from the Codex Astartes itself.
Let's build ourselves a orbital relay, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, there's only a little bit. So Predators are main battle tanks, is the only reference I've got to Predators tanks in the Space Marine Codex at the moment. But they are equipped with las cannons. Or at least we're upgrading ours to have las cannons.
We are now, yep, now we've got that.
So las weapons emit a short-lasting beam of highly focused light that causes rapid increase in the target's temperature when struck. Each shot results in a distinctive crack as the beam ionizes the air. Firing pinpoint beams, las weapons must be used with great precision. The largest versions of these weapons are devastating against battle tanks and vehicles.
Have you seen the footage in real life of the destroyer that's equipped with a laser gun?
No. Excuse me, the destroyer that's equipped with what now?
So it's a laser. It's a very high intensity short burst laser that basically a precision shot to the engines of an incoming guided missile will blow it up mid-flight.
That's incredible.
And those work now. Again, you basically need a destroyer that's large enough to have a nuclear reactor on board to power it. But we have those. It's not a problem.
This is something that really fascinates me about human society and civilization, is that, like, science fiction, it starts to inform these things.
It's the life imitates art thing. It's like, yeah, how much technology we have. Like, even like tablets are pretty much overtly were designed by people who liked the data pads in Star Trek and wanted them to be real.
Have you ever heard this? Like, the original flip phones.
Yeah.
You know, those were deliberately constructed to look like the communicators in the first season of Star Trek.
Yeah, it's really cool, the whole life imitates art thing.
It's very cool. Can we have our Grey Knights set to the yellow stance, still in blue, so they won't really charge ahead?
The heretic.
Where's the alien? The mutant?
Yeah, he did just literally say that.
Oh, good, cool. Well,
are any of these? There are a number of other, like, we've not used rhinos or land speeders or whirlwinds much. Are they at all worth it?
No, they take up your vehicle cap, which could otherwise be spent on vehicles that have offensive capability.
They all just transports, aren't they, basically?
Yeah. Land speeder's like a light scouting unit. I don't think it can transport anything other than scouts. Yeah. But rhinos can be fun. They're useful for moving our units around the place, but generally speaking, you're better off just building a drop pod if you've got to move them from A to B.
Yeah.
Or just spending more vehicle cap on something cooler.
Yeah. Alright, let's plod up. Oh, Terminator's wonderful. That sounds great.
Let's have a look at...
I'm assuming. Am I correct in assuming in this game generally assault means melee fighters usually? Assault anything.
Yes. So
wow, the Grey Knights like charged in there. That was mad.
There's a cool upgrade you can buy them.
Furious Charge. I think they have that. Yeah, I do remember getting that, but that's the first time I've seen what it actually does.
Created to fight mankind's most dreaded foe, the Grey Knights are a chapter unlike any other. They are devoted, reclusive, and each is a powerful psychic.
Nice.
Which is unusual because, as we learned earlier, I think in this very episode, the records for the Blood Ravens chapter, so the chapter of Space Marines we are playing as, have been sealed by the Ordo Malleus, and the Grey Knights explicitly serve the Ordo Malleus. They're a branch of Space Marine that fights for the Imperial Inquisition,
Yeah.
the Ordo Malleus. So it makes no sense that they would be here fighting alongside the Blood Ravens. But hey, game.
Yeah, it's weird that they chose the Blood Raven in a lot of ways. That they chose the Blood Ravens as a one. They didn't choose, like the Ultramarines or a more kind of like just archetypal Space Marine force. Also, holy shit, how many guys we've mown down there?
Yeah. Well, the reason that they didn't choose the Blood Ravens were created for this game.
Yeah, true, yeah. It's just then I would say in a broader sense, yeah, it is just weird that they didn't go for the Ultramarines.
I like that they created a brand new chapter. Also, Ultramarines are fine. Lots of people have issues with them because of the kind of genetic poster boy version of the Space Marines, and I understand the resistance to it. But
Yeah.
I like that we got a new thing.
It also sounds too much like what's the other Blood one?
The Blood Angels are the other famous.
Very similar
chapter.
sounding.
Let's power them into the.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to deploy. I just want to wait for these guys to get the assault canal. Oh, actually,
It's very cool. It's very cool. There's one of the guys I follow on YouTube who's like a big Warhammer YouTuber basically. He does battle reports and he has some gorgeous armies. He's a classically trained painter. So he was taught to paint oil on canvas. So his armies are absolutely gorgeous. But he painted the original Blood Ravens for the North American version of the models.
Oh, nice.
So he was working for Games Workshop and they gave him a bunch of Space Marines for free and said, "Can you paint these to look like the guys in the video game?" And he did. So it's really cool that you can just watch this man's content.
That is really cool.
If anyone is interested in 40k, it's Guerrilla Miniature Games. The guy's name is Ash, and he's a really cool human being. I'd love to meet him.
Right, we're in a pretty good way here now.
I think
So
we
we
can
just
push
have
forward
to
any
push
time.
out,
I think we're just kind of stalling, really.
Yeah, I like to build up to full cap. Why not?
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Yeah, you are.
Did he say we are the Emperor's
You
chosen?
did. Have you not got audio?
I have. I just got it turned down low in the
Fair.
game. All the better to hear you with, Doctor.
Oh, I'm flattered. Right.
You should be.
Thule's run out of blue. What does that mean?
Oh, it means that so blue is his morale.
Oh, no,
He's
just
attached
has-
to
it just-
he's attached to a unit
Oh, so-
that has no morale because Grey Knights are unbreakable.
Handy. Right.
I mean, all Space Marines ought to be unbreakable, but anyway.
But that would be a very breaking game mechanic.
Yes, they're allegedly biologically incapable of fear.
That was a really good
so-
line I liked in Horus Rising, was when one of the remembrances is talking to one of the Astartes, and she's talking about when you say removed fear, how much do you understand that process? How much else do you lose when you lose fear?
It's a bit strange. So it's never actually made entirely explicit, and it varies from Space Marine to Space Marine based on how they've been indoctrinated and the precise initiation rituals of their parent chapter. But it's never clear whether are they biologically incapable? Are they just psycho conditioned out
Yeah.
of being able to feel fear? It's never entirely clear.
Yeah, because with Spartans in Halo, it's a bit of conditioning, but it's a bit of they know that literally no force can really beat them in single combat, so they don't fear because they've never had to, really. Yeah. There's a whole thing in Halo of what Spartans fear most is being on ships, because in a ground engagement, Spartans will win 9 times out of 10, but you could have a ship that's carrying 20 Spartans, and the Covenant and Halo just have superior naval firepower to the point where you could just shoot out that ship out of the sky, and there go all your Spartans.
There's a lot of really cool moments, I think, in the again maybe borrowing from Halo and Halo borrowing from 40k. That Space Marines can fight in the vacuum of space. Their armor is hermetically sealed, so they can fight in the void of space.
Yeah, but obviously I don't know how it's done in 40k, but certainly in Halo, ship engagements are kilometers apart. So you never even get that chance.
That cool scene in Halo 2 where Master Chief rides the bomb back into the Covenant ship.
That scene so much.
It's very cool, but it's utter bullshit.
Yeah.
It would take him weeks to get there.
Permission to leave this station. For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
It's so good. Oh, I love it.
It's one of it's not my favorite line in Halo, but it's up there.
Yeah, it's a real good one.
And sorry, Doctor, what's your favorite line in Halo? And why is it Sergeant Johnson's speech when they go and fight the first Scarab in Halo 2?
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
The chief is gonna jump in this tank, roll across the bridge, and blow up any inhuman son of a bitch dumb enough to get between him and the prophet of regret. Pull yourself together, because you're going with him. That's actually the right moment, I don't think.
Close enough. There's that, and there's the other ones as well. There's the message just keeps repeating. Regret, regret. What does it mean? Dear Earth, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth, and we certainly regret the core just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet. Hoorah! It's so good. Oh, they've got a relic here. Let's take that off them.
I lament that like you and the boy have already played through so much of the Halo games. I would have loved to play through some of it with you.
I mean, there's always chance
the boy
for
is
more.
definitely
There's always chance.
The boy is definitely better at Halo than I am.
I think we've probably done more content on the channel in Halo 3 than in any other single game. So there's always room for more Halo.
If we can possibly arrange a physical in-person gentleman's 2v2 of Halo, that'd be good.
Yeah,
fun.
it's just, arranging stuff in person's a nightmare. Now we're back at the stage where it's like, now stuff's opening up again. Now I'm just busy all the time. When people are like, oh, you've got a weekend free, I'm like, yeah, in September, sure.
Let's see, like, I think we seem beset, like, in the very centre of the battlefield, I think they're capturing...
Oh, they're taking that strategic point back. Oh.
Oh, it's a critical location, that's fine.
I don't think they're getting past there anytime soon. We'll see what happens. Plus, I'm pushing forward here. Basically, here they are.
Here we go, finally. We still have all of our Terminators inside the
Yeah, I'm kind of holding them back for either dropping in here or, quite frankly, dropping in to defend my base if it's necessary.
A nice point about the Chaos base, if you zoom in on their barracks there, you notice that it corrupts the Earth around it?
And I also like the base design of it is just a fucked up version of the Space Marines one, which is exactly on brand.
Yeah, precisely. Like, there's actually a mechanical benefit as well, so if you build Chaos buildings close to one another, more of that kind of fucked up Earth stuff appears, and they regenerate faster when they stand on the corrupted Earth.
I did not know that, actually, I don't think.
It's a really cool design feature, again, like
the
the mechanics. They're not particularly strong, I don't think. We can send in the second Terminator squad.
I'm still kind of holding them back, just in case. This might not even be their main base.
Oh, it is indeed hammer time.
Let's get some shots of this.
Smashy, smashy. I don't think we lost a single Marine.
We did. I've had to do a little bit of reinforcing. Not a lot, but a little.
Oh, really?
We certainly didn't lose any squads, though. Oh, that was it. Oh, cool.
The Emperor rejoices,
senior librarian.
for his foe is undefeated.
Can we buy that now? Oh no, we have to wait till next turn, probably. How much is that? The senior librarian. Let's just check. That would...
I think he's quite a bit.
200, same as the other two.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Starting with the librarian.
He'll be very useful, though.
I have a feeling we're going to be attacked here, but we'll see.
We haven't done a defense mission
We have
yet, so
not.
that could be good.
And defense is certainly... Yep, here we go. Saw that coming.
So he's got attack strength 3. I don't think we want to auto resolve this because I don't trust the computer to win our battles.
Yeah, I'd only trust that if we had a lot more than we currently do. Like, we're a little bit close. So let's roll for it then. Fight.
Okay, so tactics here.
Oh, sorry.
Tactics here, Doctor, is to quickly build as many vehicles as we can and just crush them early game.
I'm assuming I should have all the buildings I had, yeah.
Yep, so just vehicles. Send Thule and his buddies up to where we think.
Oops, nope, still need a little bit more power than I have, but yes. Let's...
Send Thule and his buddies right up to where we think their base is.
I'm assuming I'll be at the same place, yeah.
I'm hopeful, but then just send vehicles there and crush them. Because if they've got 2 bases and we allow both bases to build up, then it'll be very difficult to stop them later in this map.
Agreed.
Also, even if they do get to our base, all of our turrets should slow them down, if not completely stop them.
Agreed. Right. Predators incoming.
Increase
yeah, the vehicle cap will be increased by the time that even develops, really.
We can also build Terminators who we can drop right in.
That is
the orbital,
true.
really.
Let's do exactly that.
I think Brother Danatar is running into some problems
He'll be
there.
fine.
No, I think Eliphas might kick his ass.
Yeah, but here's everyone else
I really
to
love
save
that
his day.
name. I really love that name for the commander of the
Eliphas.
Chaos Unit. Eliphas, the Inheritor, is a really good name for a villain. He's really loved. Like the community loves Eliphas. Like I think he was the star of some of the future Dawn of War games or some of the future Warhammer games. He was so popular.
Alright, Predators coming in. Let's get heavy armor, because then I can actually get a Land Raider already, because we've got a relic, which is real nice. Aha, perfect. Right, let's deep strike these guys in.
Did we take out Eliphas? Thule, look at him running like a coward.
Yeah.
See, loyalist Space Marines know no fear, but these Chaos Pansies, oh, they feel the fear. They're very flavorful Chaos in this game. Like their Marines have really good lines.
Oh, a Defiler.
From their Marines, oh my god! Well, okay, we should deal with that quickly.
Well, so we have Terminators here. I don't think they're gonna last long against Terminators.
Ooh, Thule's getting a bit of a kick.
He'll be fine.
Can we zoom in and watch Thule fighting the Defiler? Oh, he's got the orbital bombardment just caught in.
Fuck it, let's do that. Oh, hopefully it wasn't anyone friendly in that space. Well, we'll find out.
You called it in on Thule. He's called it in his own
He'll be
position.
Let's quickly sort some stuff out.
This is the downside of RTS games. In order to win, we have to do the base management thing. But realistically, I just want to watch Thule fight the giant, like, crab demon.
I always liked the design on the Defilers, yeah.
If we zoom in on it, like, this actually would look really cool. But
Oh, here we go.
What we're seeing. So that big mechanical thing is basically like a big robot that the forces of chaos construct out of hell, steel, and evil witchcraft, and then they bind a demon into the robot. So it's a robot demon, is what it boils down to.
At least there's Terminators. Oh, actually, I've got Assault Terminators ready to roll soon, if not already. Nope, I never actually made them. I have now.
You can build stuff in the orbital relay as well.
Yeah, true. Actually, good point. Oh, Land Raider can come now. That will be very handy. Where did that Predator go? Oh, it's just sat there. Handy. Let's lasgun that up.
Las Cannon is
sorry.
Doctor. A lasgun is what the guardsmen were carrying. A las Cannon is like the super heavy version.
Oh yes, brother Steve. The fact that he can start off with a heavy bolter is real nice. Yeah.
You see how useful the Honor Guard are? Just having a couple of elite units who can blunt their attack and then like grab some command points and stuff for us in the early game.
We'll see if this is their actual stronghold. If they have another base, then I'll hold on to those Assault Terminators in case that's the case.
Good thinking. Should we send the Predators to like a back corner that isn't where we currently are, just in case
like that.
he runs into some resistance on the way? Yeah. We'll know that they have another base.
I will know when the game doesn't end in a few seconds.
God, I love this game.
I can see why it's good to make Thule a one-man army as well, so he can just hold off much better in these early quick engagements.
Yeah, even because if
yeah.
he's not...
Oh, no, there we go, that was it. Yep.